How to grow boxwood shrubs. Boxwoods, Buxus spp, are broadleaf evergreen shrubs that range in size from the 1-foot-tall Morris midget to the 20-foot-tall arborescens. They are generally hardy in USDA hardiness zones 5 to 9, withstanding average winter lows down to 20 degrees F, 29 degrees C. A healthy boxwood will grow quickly to its mature size, often within a few years, and have lush, deep green leaves. Method 1. Picking out a planting site. One, plant boxwoods in full sun. They should get at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight, or partial shade, with 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight. Keep in mind that when planted in full sun, especially in hotter climates, they must be watered more often than if they are planted in partial shade. If they are not watered sufficiently, the leaves may be scorched by the sun. 2. Do not plant them where they will be exposed to harsh winds. This is especially important during the winter. The wind will dry out the leaves and turn them bronze. 3. Make sure the soil drains well and has a pH of 65 to 7.0. Soil that drains too slowly will keep the roots too wet and could cause the boxwood to develop root rot. Test the soil drainage capabilities by digging a 1 to 1 foot deep hole and filling it with water. The water should soak into the surrounding soil within 24 hours. If the water is still standing after 24 hours, consider a different shrub or build a raised bed for the boxwood that is 1 to 1 feet high. 4. Take a pH reading of your soil. A soil pH test kit can be purchased at a local garden center or nursery. Take the soil sample from 4 inches deep right where the shrub will be planted. Be careful not to contaminate the sample by using your hands, as human skin can alter the soil pH readings. Let the sample dry. Crush it until it has a fine texture, pour it into the test kit container and add distilled water and the chemical provided in the kit. Shake the mixture and let it settle. Compare the color of the distilled water with the color chart provided with the test kit. 5. Adjust your soil's pH if necessary. Mix lime or elemental sulfur into the soil to adjust the pH, if necessary. How much must be added depends on the soil type and how much the pH needs to be adjusted. It takes 5 pounds of lime to adjust the pH of 100 square feet of loamy soil from 6 to 6.5 or 1 to 1.1. 4 pounds of aluminum sulfate to adjust it from 7.5 to 7. It takes less to adjust sandy soil and more to adjust clay. Incorporate the lime or sulfur into the soil thoroughly with a tiller prior to planting the boxwood shrub. Method 2. Watering and fertilizing your boxwood. One. Water the newly planted boxwood shrub as often as necessary to maintain uniformly moist soil for the first 2 years after planting. The soil should never be allowed to dry out. After the first 2 years, water it when the top inch or 2 of soil becomes dry. 2. Look for signs that your tree is not getting the right amount of water. If the boxwood is not getting enough water or if is getting too much water, it will appear drought-stressed with brown or yellow leaves. 3. Spread a 2 to 3 inch depth or organic mulch over the soil around the boxwood. This will help the soil to retain moisture and keep the roots cooler in the summer. Shredded bark mulch is ideal. 4. Do not push the mulch right up against the boxwood stems. Keep it back a few inches to reduce the likelihood of stem disease brought on by excessive moisture. 5. Fertilize the boxwood in early spring or late winter just before it begins to grow again. Sprinkle fertilizer with October 10, 2010 ratio, nitrogen phosphorus potassium or NPK, evergreen shrub fertilizer on the soil beginning 6 inches from the stems and extending to about 2 feet beyond the outer edge of the shrub branches. 6. Do not get fertilizer on the stems as it could burn them. Water the fertilizer into the soil. If the soil is very sandy, give the boxwood a second dose of fertilizer towards the end of spring. Fertilizer is washed out of sandy soil more quickly than loamy or clay soil. 7. Do not give the boxwood fertilizer after the middle of summer. Doing this could cause the boxwood to grow new leaves in the fall. These new leaves may not be mature enough to withstand winter weather without sustaining damage. 8. Look for signs that your boxwood is not getting the right amount of fertilizer. Boxwoods that are not given enough fertilizer will grow very slowly. Too much fertilizer will cause brown, burned areas along the leaf edges. Method 3. Pruning your boxwood. 1. Know when to prune your tree. Prune boxwood shrubs at any time between the last expected spring frost and 6 weeks prior to the first expected fall frost. If it is pruned before the last frost or too close to the first frost, new foliage will grow and likely be damaged by the frost. 2. Use sharp bypass pruners to trim off dead, injured or diseased branches. Prune them off all the way to the base of the branch. Use head shears to shape the shrub and neaten it up, but do not shear off more than a few inches. Severe shearing will stress the shrub and cause it to grow more slowly. 3. Prune out the oldest branches when the shrub is over 5 years old. Prune them off all the way to the base. This will open up the center of the shrub to more sunlight and new foliage that will fill in bare spots at the center of the shrub.
Tips.
They are fairly easy to grow and, with all of the available cultivars in a wide range of sizes, very useful evergreens. These shrubs can be planted as an accent to complement a showy specimen tree or shrub, as a hedge, in a foundation, landscape and in a border planting.